Welcome back to the Chef Jeff Experience. Today we're going to be making one of my favorite all-time recipes. If you like Italian food, you will love it. We're going to make up some Fettuccini Alfredo. And first thing we've done is we've taken our large pot and put water in it, put it on high heat with the whistle open. When it whistles, we will add the pasta with a little bit of avocado oil. And oh, one other thing, you want to make sure that your water is the same saltiness as like ocean water. So we're probably going to add a good 1/4 of a cup of salt to the pasta water. And then once the pan whistles, we will add the fettuccine. Then we will reduce the heat to low and cook it for 12 minutes if you want it al dente, or cook it for 15 minutes if you don't want it al dente. So first thing we're gonna do though is we're gonna get started prepping our stuff for our sauce. So we're gonna take about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 12 garlic cloves. And we're just gonna start chopping these up into small pieces. Missed one. There we go. All right, there's the garlic. Then we're gonna go ahead and chop up our fresh basil. And I like to bruise the basil. We get a lot more flavor out of it by chopping it up a lot finer. There's our basil and garlic. So we're gonna take we're gonna start by taking a half a stick of butter, unsalted, place it in a pan on medium heat, and then as soon as that butter melts, then we will start sauteing our garlic and our basil in there, and I'm waiting on this one to whistle. And then on our water here, we're gonna add about 1/4 of a cup of salt to it. And whenever you add salt to the water, you always want to stir it right away. Don't let it set. Yes. So we want to stir our salt in the water. All right. Now that we got our butter melted, we're going to go ahead and add our basil and garlic. And then we're gonna cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes just to get all the flavors incorporated into our butter. And the aroma that this puts off is phenomenal, phenomenal. It's just amazing. All right. So we'll saute that up. And then while your garlic and basil are sauteing, kick my heat down to medium on this. All right, and then while that's doing that, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to shred our Parmesan and Asiago cheese. So now that we've got our garlic and basil sauteed up here, we're gonna add 2 cups of heavy whipping cream to that. And this is getting ready to whistle. So we're gonna take our fettuccine noodles, add our noodles. We're gonna add just a touch of avocado oil. This will keep those from sticking to one another. We're gonna cover this, reduce the heat to low, and cook them for 12 minutes. Set time for 12 minutes. Now, on this here, I'm going to kick the heat up to medium high because we want to get this. Almost to a slow boil, and then we're going to add our cheeses to it, and that will be the thickener. All right, I'm ready. Yeah. So we're going to take our fresh shredded Parmesan and Asiago, and we're just going to begin adding it to the cream. All right, and once we have that cheese melted, we're going to reduce our heat down to low and just let that sauce kind of let it simmer until our noodles are ready. And then the last thing we're going to do, just because this has so much fat in it, what happens is if we're eating something that's very fatty, the fat coats and covers the taste buds. And so if you're going to have something that's very fatty like this, what you want to do is you want to figure out a way to incorporate some acid, because the acid will basically cut the fat off your taste buds, and it actually just enhances the flavor so much more. So for that, we're going to use some sun-dried julienne cut tomatoes, or you can also use pesto. Tomato paste pesto is also really good. So it's looking pretty good, isn't it? Alright, so I'm going to say about half the bottle. Stir those into that cheese, and that'll give it just enough acid to where when we start eating it, it'll cut through the fat, so you actually get to taste more of the flavor in the sauce. So the last step on our sauce, just before our pasta's done, we're gonna add fresh cracked pepper. Grazie.
With the pepper, Carlo. Take the pepper. Take the pepper. Now go. Go with the pepper. Go. Fresh pepper.
And then we're gonna let Annie taste it so she can tell us what she thinks. Are you ready, Annie?
It's good.
Awesome. Okay, so I went ahead and strained our pasta and it's looking perfect. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our sauce to it. And then we're just gonna mix that in real good. All right. And that is ready to serve. Yummy.
Yep, that's good.
Which one are you eating?
The noodles? I don't know.
That's amazing. Alfredo.
That's good.
The noodles? I don't know.